Hello. Okay, so today is Skeptical Bible Study, and I've got my Bible here from the famous Lakewood Church. Yeah, I told you I used to be a Christian. Okay, so in this video I will be criticizing the Bible. I may say a couple things that are not so kind about it. So if stuff like that offends you, stick around because I want your opinion about this stuff more than anybody's, really. Okay, so let's begin. Today we will be reading from Exodus chapter 21, verses 2, 5, and 7. Okay, this is God speaking to Moses on the mountain. I think he's still on the mountain, just after he gave him the 10 Commandments. So, here we go. This is verse 2. If you buy a Hebrew servant, yes, we're talking about slavery, he is to serve you for 6 years, but in the 7th year he shall go free without paying anything. Okay, so if you buy a slave, you only get to keep him for 6 years so far. If he comes alone, he is to go free alone. But if he has a wife when he comes, she is to go with him. If his master gives him a wife, and she bears him sons or daughters, the woman and her children shall belong to her master, and only the man shall go free. So if you're a slave and you have a wife to begin with, when you go free, you still keep your wife. But if you come alone and the master says, I got a lady for you, and if you happen to make babies, they're still all mine when you leave. Okay. Now we're on verse 5. But if the servant declares, and now we're giving rights to the servant, just wait until you hear this. But if the servant declares, I love my master and my wife and children, and do not want to go free, then his master must take him before the judges. He shall take him to the door or the doorpost and pierce his ear with an awl. I don't know what an awl is, A-W-L, dictionary.com. Then he will be his servant for life. Okay, so far the servant has the right to be a servant for life if he declares that he wants to be. Yeah. Okay, now we're on verse 7. If a man sells his daughter as a servant, she is not to go free as men servants do. I'm taking this as the whole 6 years thing doesn't apply. If she does not please the master who has selected her for himself, he must let her be redeemed. This is getting really subjective. Okay, if she does not please the master, that could mean a number of things. Who has selected her for himself, he must let her be redeemed. So basically, what I'm getting out of this is, if you don't like her, you can take her back and get your money back. Okay. He has no right to sell her to foreigners. Okay. Because he has broken faith with her. If he selects her for his son, he must grant her the rights of a daughter. Fair enough. Well, if you're okay with prearranged marriages, I guess. If he marries another woman, he must not deprive the first one of her food, clothing, and marital rights. Alright. If he does not provide her with these 3 things, she is to go free, without any payment of money. Okay, so chicks are kind of treated like objects, and if you don't treat them like objects, then they get to go free. Anyway, so yes, slavery in the Bible. Exodus is in the Old Testament, and a lot of people like to say, well, it's in the Old Testament, so, we don't really care about it. There was a bunch of stuff back there. We like to concentrate on the New Testament. The thing is, though, the book you're reading from is called the Holy Bible, and people often refer to it as that. So if you're going to say that the Holy Bible is divinely inspired and that is what we should listen to, the Holy Bible, then you should be in agreement with the things the Holy Bible says. If you only agree to things the New Testament says, then you should say, let us read the New Testament, and scratch that out and just say New Testament, and then you can delete half the book or however much it is. That would make a lot more sense. Okay, but in the Holy Bible, God says to Moses, this is what's going on with slavery. So, A lot of people will say, it was appropriate for the time. No, slavery is never appropriate. It doesn't matter how normal it is or who approves of it. It is not okay. Put yourself into the servant's shoes. I'm a slave, but it's okay because it's appropriate for the time. It doesn't feel good no matter when it is. It's always inappropriate. And that's inappropriate. There are better words than inappropriate to describe slavery. So, if you're a believer in the Bible and you've stuck with me so far, then please offer me your opinion. I mean, you could say that I like to pick and choose the sentences in here that I agree with. Whatever, you can believe whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just interested in what you think. If you are not a believer in the Bible, then you can bring up some things that people have told you to defend the Bible. So this has been Skeptical Bible Study. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, let me know. I was thinking about turning it into a little series where I just flip through and find something that sounds kind of weird and bring it up for opinion. Because there are a lot of words in here, and not everybody knows about all of them. In fact, a lot of people who follow the Bible don't know a lot of them, and I don't follow it, and I never read this whole thing. I've read small portions of it. So anyway, do you like this? If so, let me know. If not, let me know. Have a nice day. Thank you.